You're with Julian on the Brown Note and a review of the new album by Freddie Gibbs called Alfredo 2. So over the last sort of 10 years, I've probably featured more Freddie Gibbs albums on my radio show than any other rapper. And this is shaping up to be a pretty good year for old head rap fans, given that we've now got this, but also we've got Supreme Clientele by Ghostface Killer coming out, and Clips absolutely nailed their comeback. So it's proving a good fertile couple of years really for long-form album projects from rappers. Freddie Gibbs, Frederick Jamal Tipton from Gary, Indiana, has been probably my favourite individual solo rapper. Now that is in part to him doing the one thing that I really love, which Clips just did, and that is single producer rap albums. So he did the Madlib ones, Pinata and Bandana, two of the finest albums of the last decade. And he did Freddie and Alfredo with the Alchemist, two absolute top tier hip-hop producers, all-time Hall of Fame hip-hop producers. And for no reason that I can think of, he's come back with Alfredo 2, a follow-up to that album. He's also released an awful lot of solo projects in between, some of which are very good. I thought last year's album, which I don't think I reviewed, it might have come out really close to Christmas. What was that called? You Only Die Once. I thought that was good. Sold separately. You Only Live Twice. I thought all Shadow of a Doubt. These are all good albums. You know, even when it's a lackluster project, it's still like a 7.5 out of 10. But I did like that album last year. Perhaps more than this one, unfortunately. So there doesn't appear to be, I don't know why he's done an Alfredo 2. Maybe it is just a cash in. Maybe that for someone that's pumped out so much material, it's a deserved one for both the producer and the rapper. There's one overbearing theme on the album to its plus and minus, which is the very beautiful background music from The Alchemist. It's got this really gentle, luxurious soul music from like the softer parts of a blaxploitation soundtrack. It also allows Freddie, who is one of the most technically gifted rappers out there, very rapid fire and aggressive, to like his natural aggression against very soft music works very, very well. He's got this really on point, hard-edged voice that could make him like a killer gangster rapper. So putting him in a really sort of day spa sound lounge sort of setting actually works really well. And the first track, 1995, has got some nice psychedelic guitar soloing. Mar-a-Lago, that's well titled, isn't it? It's got this almost yacht rap vibe, this album. I think I've said yacht house. I've applied yacht rock to many forms of music, and I think yacht rap, it's got this really slow pace, and it does give Freddie a lot of space because he continually switches up his flow to be very fast or skipping along or marrying up to musical elements in the track. He's one of the best in the game. One of the few he's got Ensalada and Empanadas as tracks 4 and 5. Lemon Pepper Steppers I thought was probably the most upright track maybe on the album. And he flips back and forth between a very aggressive, fast tone and a really laid-back tone to great effect, actually. And it's got a very dreamy tone to the whole album. I love the way that he rides Ensalada's very addictive guitar riff, and he sort of punctuates it and riffs alongside it, which was really good. It's a standout track on the album for me, and that's Ensalada, which has a great vocal from Anderson .Paak. There aren't many collabs on this album, and I really hate that. I've got 24 tracks on my album and 27 collaborators. It's not here at all. You get some quality people like Anderson .Paak. The following Empanadas is actually beatless. It's got this sort of floating psychedelic soul thing going on. I still love Her, track 8, as interesting because I think that's a Common track, isn't it? The rapper Common. I still love hearing every rhyme, which was one of the most famous rap songs from around 2000. I think this midsection of the album, which is only 14 tracks long, is inevitable. And it's the fact that that whole very low key, very beautiful, very soulful, very mid, non-jarring production does get samey. And I found that run through the middle of a few of the tracks to be pretty uneventful. And if you're in that as background music, it's absolutely fantastic. But if you're actually watching it, like I do when I do a review, it got boring. Now, this is no way a bad album, but it compared to the compelling nature of and dramatic nature of some of his other single producer albums, and the way they knot together, this felt more like a group of instrumentals that really worked together, but maybe the lyrical themes and the ad-libs in between the tracks and everything didn't sort of tie it together as a cohesive whole, but it is a very cohesive sounding album. I like the switch up with Gold featuring Jid. I thought that, or J-I-D, however you say it, that was, I thought of, it's got some cascading piano, that this amazing, really long cascading piano riff. And the feature as well. And I thought the last couple of tracks, the last sort of third of the album, I thought was stronger again. Some nice keys and live drums on those tracks and flutes and stuff. So it's a fine album for anyone else, but up against the likes of Alfredo 1 even, or particularly Pinata or Bandana, it isn't in that bracket for me. It's just a very fine listen. I don't think maybe a couple of the tracks stand out. And The Alchemist delivers an absolutely beautiful soundstage that gets repetitive and boring and dull throughout the midsection. Still a very good album, but I'm going to give Freddie Gibbs' Alfredo 2 a 7.5 out of 10.